The Charlie Rymer Golf Show, starring Charlie Rymer. Hey, okay, let's pick up the tempo.
Charlie Rymer here, and welcome to my new show, where we do things my way. As a former golf pro and media personality, I know golf. But this isn't going to be your grandfather's golf show. I'm bringing you conversations with celebs and golf greats, getting off the course and out on the water, and even getting into some good eats. This is the Charlie Rymer Golf Show. Keep it in the fairway, folks. This is the Dunes Golf and Beach Club in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And today, I'm with the greatest player of all time. I'm Charlie Rymer, and this is Ridin with Rymer. All right, Mr. Player, you are gonna love Dunes Club.
Hey, listen here, man. I don't want you calling me Mr. Player. I want you calling me Gary, please.
That's gonna be tough, but I'll give it a shot. Let's go.
What a carry. What a carry. Man, you're swinging that club well.
Woo, that's pure right there.
The last time I missed the fairway, the Pope was an altar boy. That's the old Pope.
I've still got a little bit of club head speed.
Oh, you have? Oh, man, and you got some weight behind it.
Oh.
No, serious.
Well, you know what? I can always lose some weight. You're not gonna get any taller. I'm gonna ask you some quick questions.
Right.
Did anybody drive it longer than you?
Most people did.
Did anybody hit it straighter than you?
Not many.
There might have been some better putters than you.
Yeah.
But when it was all on the line, when you were 29 years old and you were trying to be the youngest person to win the career Grand Slam, you won the US Open, you had to have been scared and feeling it like any other human, right?
Yes, and I tell you, I'd love to tell you how I prepared for that major championship, because nobody's ever prepared for a major like that. I can tell you without boasting. And Nicholas was partly responsible for me winning it. He said, don't go to Greensboro, come with me. And I prepared mentally, physically, and sleep-wise, laughing-wise, all the things that go to winning a major. And I prepared. I went to the scoreboard every morning at 6 o'clock, sat in there in a Tai Chi position and visualized my name on that scoreboard. Mm-hmm. I went to a Catholic church, not to pray to win, to have patience and accept adversity, love adversity, because you're going to have it. You can't play a 72-hole tournament without adversity. You can't go through life without adversity. It's the greatest blessing bestowed upon a human being.
And back to your preparation, you told me how hard you worked. So
yes.
you had to feel like you deserved to win. But the mental state that it put you in was probably even more beneficial than what you got out of it physically. Am I correct?
You're right. And you see, what a lot of people don't understand, to be a superstar, you have a puzzle, dedication, application, enjoying the suffering, being a good putter, being a good chipper, not choking. There's a whole list of things. Sleeping well, laughing. There's so many things that encompass being a champion.
Because in golf, unless you've won 160 professional tournaments like you have, everyone else has to deal with really more downs than ups. I mean, anybody can deal with the ups, but dealing with the down times is what's so challenging. And a lot of people, quite honestly, think you're crazy because you're so positive and upbeat all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Because you can't play golf without adversity. So you might as well be grateful for it. You can't chase it away. And so there's so many things that go to making a champion.
No amateur is quitting because the game's too easy, at least that I've ever heard of.
Exactly, well said.
Have you ever met a man that's nicer, sweeter, more honest, more gracious, more endearing than Lee Elder?
He is so appreciative of everything. So nice to see him on the first tee at Augusta this year. A black man wasn't allowed to play there. And you know, when he came to South Africa, I invited him in the middle of apartheid. The middle of apartheid. He was scared to come. The Black Caucus was saying, no, don't go. The people in the airport in Cape Town said I was a traitor because I invited a black man to play in our PGA. The tournament went off well. They gave him standing ovations, and we did other venues as well.
Well, let's go down memory lane a little bit. What's your fondest memory of Arnold Palmer?
You know, I used to fly with him a lot. And he flew the plane like he played golf. If there was one little gap in that tree, he'd take a one eye.
Wow.
Nicholas was more sensible. He'd chip it back on the fairway and take his bogey or his medicine. Palmer needed a par. He'd try and hit it through the gap and make a six and lose it. But people loved that because that's how people played golf. My fondest memory is his patience with people. The way he'd sign with people when he was finished. He loved people. He was never irritable with people. Marvelous. And I sent him an SMS the other day. I said, listen, Arnie, I'll be joining you not in too long a future, and make sure you got a decent golf course up there. Make sure it's a Gary Player design. Whap! Came back. You crazy, it's going to be an Arnold Palmer design. And I said, and also, Muff, I called him Muff. I said, make sure you got a gymnasium up there because I could never get you in the gym. And I said, if you listen to me, you'd still be here. You'd be
Now, wait a minute. I don't think there's supposed to be any sit-ups in heaven. But you mentioned Mr. Nicholas. You said he's your best friend. Tell me about that special relationship with Jack Nicklaus.
See, Jack and I, we can tease each other. He says the other day, he says to me, to be classified as a superstar, Gary, what do you figure you've got to do? I know you're very strict on being a superstar. People, you know, guy wins 2 majors, they call him a superstar. No, I said, in my humble opinion, it's only my opinion, you've got to win. Let's set the bar high for superstar is 6 majors. They said, Jack, what do you feel you've got to do? He says, I believe you've got to win 10 because he knows I'll win 9.
He's got a needle on him,
He's got a needle, and I'll give it back to him.
Oh.
I remember going to Mr. Roberts at Augusta. The fairways were long and the greens were hard. So Arnold and Jack said, you go there, he likes you, go make a meeting. So I go in there. Now, Mr. Roberts was a very dour disciplinarian. So I walk in there, he says, morning, what can I do for you, young man? Sit down. I said, Mr. Roberts, Arnold, Jack, and I are wondering, you know, if you can't...
You threw them under the bus.
Yeah, if you can't... yeah, I mentioned their names first. I said, can you please cut the fairways a little bit shorter? Because we cannot spin the ball on these hard greens. He says, do you know anything about poetry? Thank goodness I did. William Wordsworth, Keats, Shakespeare, I named them all. He said, very impressive. Not many young pros know anything about poetry. He says, can you hear me? I said, very well. He says, the mowers are as low as they can go. Good morning. Now you sit on the veranda and you see 10 mowers coming down the first fairway like this. And the greens are better than a snooker table. The bunkers are all got drainage and a system of raking with a machine. No, this is a different game.
We have to head to break. But when we come back, it's a bunker lesson with Gary Player. Yeah, that's right, Gary Player.
So, Gary, I would be remiss if I didn't ask the greatest bunker player of all time to give me a bunker lesson. Would you mind doing it here at the 18th hole at Dunes Club?
I will do it with pleasure. Okay.
All right, I need to be your caddy.
All right, here we are. Hell, I'll tell you one thing, you'll be the most expensive caddy I've ever had.
You got that
Now
right.
watch, that's a matchbox, okay? That's a matchbox. In the old days when they lit their cigarettes or lit a fire, they had a matchbox, no lighters. They took the match, and when they lit the match, you could not light it if you went like this. You had to go, psst, didn't you?
Exactly.
You had to strike the match. You couldn't just let it go slowly. Now, there's your matchbox, okay? So now you put the ball there. I'll show you the average weekend golfer. They go back and they go like that. They've got to get this there. Look at my hand, watch. Strike the match. Watch this, there. See the strike?
Oh, the sound of that is perfect.
Was that stopping?
I love that. Yeah. Strike the match.
Yeah.
And I think that's great imagery for our viewers here. But I want to ask you one thing. My 2 favorite people to watch at bunker shots, you and Seve. And the one thing that both of you have in common that I don't really see other players do
the way
is
we set up.
Tremendous knee flex and getting the handle low.
Yeah, right, and a wide stance.
Why?
Well, let me show you this. Because what you'd want to do, you've got to stand wide. I'm pleased you noticed that. Why? If you stand narrow, you get a spaghetti movement. You want to stand wide because you're playing this only with your wrists. You're playing this, unlike a long drive where you're playing with your body, here you're playing with your wrists, so you want to stop all the movement with your legs, and you get a nice footing in the sand. And then the other thing you've got to do, you've got to set that club as quickly as you can. You cannot play bunker shots with stiff wrists. Watch this, Charlie. This is so noticeable. Now, to take a sand iron over there with this lip, you've got to hit pretty hard. You've got to use a lot of club head speed. Now, watch this with the pitching wedge. Watch. Just watch how easy I play this. It's a simple look. Look, just there. Just a little chip.
And that gets all the way to the hole.
Gets all the way to the hole. Members listening to this, every bunker shot you play is short. 99 times out of 100, you're short. Every chip shot you hit, you're short. And you're also short of the tee.
So much wisdom there. Mr. Player, thank you for that lesson. That is amazing.
Now, that was nice.
Oh, so cool. You've been at this a long time, playing professional golf. The amount of good that you've been able to bring about through this game. And just think about between you and Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus, the foundations, the dollars raised, the lives impacted.
Yes, yes.
I mean, golf is good.
Oh, man, how about a little guy like me coming from South Africa, a poor kid, coming to this massive, great country, and being able to play here and to travel more miles than any human being, meet every president of the United States. I wasn't allowed to play. Denmark, Sweden, China, India, so many countries. Japan, I was not allowed to play there. I had demonstrations against me. I lost the PGA in 1969 because I was from South Africa. They demonstrated against me to get to our government. They threw ice in my eyes in the PGA. They threw telephone books in my back. They threw balls between my legs. They charged me on the green. They shouted on my backswing. And I lost the PGA by one shot. I'm going to my grave knowing that I won 10 majors, not 9. But anyway, was I bitter about it? Did I hate those people? No, I didn't hate them. I said, I've got to build. I've got to help to do more to get rid of apartheid. I've got to do more for freedom. Not hatred and getting the young people to join me with my hatred. You've got to get out of that groove of hatred and revenge.
The inspiration that you provided for your fellow countrymen in golf that came after you, that modeled you. I think of Ernie Els. I think of Charles Schwartzel, Louis Oosthuizen, Trevor Immelman.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking not only great champions, major champions there, but high-quality individuals that saw what you did, emulated on the golf course, and away from the golf course as well.
I've never gone to bed once, not once, where I don't say thank you for everything, For the good times, the bad times. Just being in this great country, I say thank you every day of my life. So gratitude is terribly important.
We certainly need inspiration, and I know just from driving you around here, the Dunes Club in Myrtle Beach, the response that you're getting from the people here, you have inspired many, many, many people, not only across the U.S. and South Africa, but across the globe. And that response, I think, comes from your authenticity. The fact that you do reach out first means a lot to so many. Mr. Player, I got to tell you, hanging out with you is so much fun. And I just wanted to thank you for coming out today and riding with Rymer. I normally do a handshake, but I want to do a hug.
There we go, man. Thank you, my man. What a pleasure.
What an amazing day.
But what a pleasure talking to you, because you've been a good player, you understand the game, you're a contributor to golf. You're giving people a lot of knowledge that they didn't know. And we all love this game because it's a game that has longevity, love, and meeting so many wonderful people. Take care.
Amen. You're going to commercial break. I'm going to take a break right here at the beach. And don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. So I got a great call from a good buddy, Mark Bryan of Hootie The Blowfish fame this morning. He said, the weather's awesome. Bring your golden retrievers. We'll have a little play date. He's got 2 of them, just like I do. Talk a little bit of golf, maybe talk a little bit of life, listen to music. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an invitation that is too good to turn down. I gotta get out of town. Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
Who's that?
Come on, boys.
Who's that? Who's that?
Let's go check out Riggins and Rosie. Look at there, look at there.
What's going on?
What's up, brother Mark? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. Charles, how are you? Thanks for coming by,
Come here,
buddy.
come here and give me some sugar.
How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great. I wish I was a golden retriever. They got it figured out, don't they?
They sure do, man.
Hey, the show's doing great. I want to thank you for doing our whistle tune right there at the top of the show. Man, it's been
thanks for
awesome.
asking me, man. What a fun thing for me to do. Yeah, blast.
Yeah, it's been really cool. We've been using it. Everybody loves it. It's awesome.
Wait, you've been using it?
Yeah, the top of the show.
The version I sent you.
Uh-huh.
That was the demo I made on my laptop, Charlie.
You made that on your laptop?
Yeah, buddy.
That's talent right there, folks. That is talent.
Well, we can't use that one for the show. Let's make a real one in the studio. Plus, I got to make good use out of this place. It's
All right.
brand new.
I'm looking forward to seeing a nice treehouse studio.
That's right. Let's do it.
Come on, let's go. Hey, doesn't Forrest Gump live around here somewhere?
This is where we make the magic happen.
Great space.
Thanks,
I mean, I
buddy.
know some wonderful things are going to happen here.
Let's see. It feels pretty good.
Yeah, that sounded awesome.
What number is that again? 106. 106 BPM. Let's go with 106.
106?
Yeah.
With a guitar?
Yeah.
We can put some mandolin in there at some point,
Well,
too,
actually,
right?
we're going to start with the snaps.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to give us that beat, and we're going to go out and snap to that beat.
We are going to snap. I think maybe Mark is going to snap. I think Buzz could snap better than me.
I think we have a keeper.
Can I clap now?
You can clap.
I mean, it's just going to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's going to take us
mission
to a
accomplished.
whole next level. It's
Good. I'm so glad y'all decided to get
badass.
this detailed about it. I mean, you know, how fun.
That's so cool. I mean, are you kidding? To be come in here and I mean, who number one, who has original theme song for their show, and to be able to come in here and record it with you is just the coolest thing ever.
Well, thanks, man.
And I think what really takes it to that next level is me snapping. Well, Mark, there's only one thing left to do.
What's that, Charlie?
Hey, that flew pretty well for something that's loaded down with fish food.
That wasn't too bad.
Hit me another one.
All right.
Think about Davis, keep that chin level. How'd that feel?
Kind of thin, but good.
Yeah, let's see one more. That's what it's supposed to feel like right there.
That felt great.
While we're hitting some balls, just to distract you, I want to talk a little bit about your new solo album.
All right.
What's going on with that?
Midlife Priceless. Collection of songs I felt like I had to make after the Hootie project, and so I recorded them last year and been putting them out and making a bunch of videos and having a blast with it.
This past year was the first year that we hadn't had the Monday after the Masters, the Hootie the Blowfish Celebrity Pro-Am. There's been a fixture here in South Carolina for years. It's coming back this year, September 13th in Myrtle Beach, and I know you got to be excited about that.
So excited. A lot of the folks are coming back, the celebrities we've had for years and golfers will all be coming back. and everybody's ready for some fun now. I mean,
Yeah, they are.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, but you also have another pro-am with Denny Hamlin, NASCAR driver, that raises a lot of money. You generally do that in the Charleston area. Tell me about that event. Is it coming back?
It is. That one we're going to do in October. And that one's here in Charleston, out at Daniel Island Club and with Denny Hamlin. And we're in our coming up on 10 years with that one. That raises money for my charity, Carolina Studios, and Denny does some cystic fibrosis work with MUSC. And so that event's been great too, and it's wonderful.
Well, Mark, thanks for a wonderful day. You got a beautiful home here in the South Carolina Low Country. You gave me an amazing theme song, and we got to hang out with the golden retrievers, 4 of them. It doesn't get any better than that.
Man, thank you for coming, Charlie, and thank you for the golf lesson too, brother.
Well, you got it. Let's finish the day watching you hit a few more
All right.
off into the marsh here. In golf, there is nothing quite as satisfying as a well-struck shot. The reward of seeing the ball fly strong and true right at the target. Nothing like it. But it doesn't happen by accident. You gotta believe that great preparation will lead to great execution. Give it a shot in life. I'm betting you'll like the results. That's it for the Charlie Rymer Golf Show. Keep it in the fairway, folks. Gotta get out of town. Oh, I suck at singing. Singing bad doesn't mean you're a bad person. Gotta get out of town.